Hey there, I'm going to show you how to make multiple blocks on a path creator, kind of move together at the same speed and kind of side by, you can make them spaced out or side by side, whichever you want to do. This was a question that was posted on the Disney Infinity Fans Forum, just trying to help somebody out. So let's get started. First, what we're going to do is we're going to put down the path creator. It's a green diamond. There we go. And we're going to make our path. I'm just going to do a straight line for simplicity. There's our path. Now the first step you want to do is you want to go to the very first point, which as you can see is a green diamond. All the other points will be yellow, so you can find your first point fairly easy. And we're going to go to the properties of it, and we're going to turn the auto set start objects when connected to off. That way, if this is on, your object's going to, as soon as you tell it to connect, it's going to start running along this path. And it, to target the block, sometimes it can get a little hard if you got a bunch of objects moving and you change the speed and stuff like that. So that's our first step. Now we're going to go ahead and we're going to put down a power switch. That way we can start and stop our path whenever we want. And put it right here near the start. And what we're wanting to be on our path, which what the question was, blocks. So I'm going to go to basic blocks. And I'm just going to use the square cube. And we'll do 3 of them. And you can put them wherever you want. It doesn't matter if they're spaced out. You can stack them on top of each other, whether you want. I just spaced them out so it's easy to reach. So we're going to go to the properties of the first one, and we're going to tie it to our path. As you can see, it's right here. If the auto start when connected was on, it would already took off down to the end. So it stayed right there so we can get to it easy. Now we're going to go to our switch, and we're going to say when the switch is on, we would like to start, reset, and play the cube. Now then we would like to do the stop, or when the switch is off, we're going to, we can either stop or reset. If you want to stop it in place, just have it stop. If you want it to actually stop and then like warp back to the beginning, you can do reset and stop. So I'm going to do, let's just do reset and stop. Alright. Now then, our cube, if we jump on it, it's going to start moving down the path. As you can see, it's going down the path. If we stop, it's going to warp back to the beginning. Alright, so what we want to do is we want to go to the properties of our first block. And we're going to do the reset point percentage. We're going to put this at about, let's just see what it looks like at 20. And what it means is when it resets, it's going to be 20% of the way to the next point, I guess. So you can see right here where the point actually starts. After we jump on it, it's going to move up a little bit when we reset it instead of being right there. So now, as you can see, there's a gap in between it. Anytime it starts or stops, it's going to start from this position right here instead of the very first point. So now we can connect our second block. And if you want it to be a gap, you just adjust that position. If not, you can leave it or expand it if you want it to be further away. Like if you want them to have to jump from block to block while it's moving, you can do that. What we want to do is we want to connect our switch to this one. So when it's on, we would like to reset or play and reset. And then we'll do the same for off. Reset and stop. So now when we start it, they should both start moving, and if we jump on it, they're going to stop. As you can see, they stay the same distance apart. It gets to the end, they're going to warp back. that same little distance between them. When it gets to the end, it's going to go back. And when we stop it, to go back to the beginning. Now we're going to add this third block, so what we're going to do is we're going to tinker with that little position just a little bit. So we're going to start with the first one. We did 15, so now we're going to increase it a little bit. Let's just say 30. And then we'll increase this one a little bit. Let's just say 10 on this one. And like I said, you'll just have to tinker with it how you want it to be spaced out, really. So we're going to just see what it looks like here. As you can see, we're going to have to make it go a little bit further. Let's see what she looks like. Alright, that looks pretty good. Now we'll just go ahead and connect our next block and see what it's going to look like on the path. That looks fairly good. Looks like we got almost the same distance between it. We're going to tie it to our button as well. For the off. There we go. Reset and play. Nope. We need that to say reset and stop. So let's see if it'll edit this way. Nope. We'll have to check each one of these. Power switch. Off. Oh. And I actually deleted the link right there. Sorry. So we got to go back and redo it. There we go. Alright. Let's exit Spark mode and you can see what it looks like. Alright, now, let's say when we're playing a level we don't want to switch. So what we'll do is, we'll say when you approach this, we'll say it's like all walled in, and when you come to it right here, I'll just put some walls around it real quick. And my line was kind of curved, so but we'll say what we'll do is we'll raise our point up in the air, so when you fall you have to like go back to the start. Oh, undo that. And this just kind of looks ugly just because I did it really quick, but it shows you kind of the principle of it. And let's raise our block up in the air to say we need to go up to this, to the finish line or something. So what we want it to do is what we want to do is we want to add something to trigger this button instead of us stepping on it. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add a trigger area. We could put a little NPC here that says some kind of text, please ride along or something like that. Anything you want to do. So we're going to go to the trigger area because I just want, as soon as you enter this doorway here, I want it to basically start the blocks moving. So Or we can put it even around like the first block, so when they jump on it, they start moving. Just something that tells it to start, so we don't have to actually start the button. And what we're going to do is new logic connection entered player, and then we're going to any player, it doesn't matter which one. We're going to turn the power switch on. So, and then what we would do is if we wanted the blocks to stop, is we would add another one right here that's going to stop them. To say kind of like, hey, this is the finish line. When the player reaches this, we're done. So, when entered, any player, any of the 4 players, we want this to turn off. And you don't have to do this, this is optional, just it makes your gameplay look better than instead of having a switch there. You can actually take the switch and move it off the level, it doesn't have to be there at all. So, our blocks are going. And you can add a timer to like delay it so that you have a chance to jump on it. Which the blocks are too big for me to jump on anyway, but this kind of shows the concept of the moving. So, and what I can actually do is take this point and put it under the ground so that they come up. So that like you can stand pretty much as soon as you walk through and the blocks will come up out of the ground. So that looks pretty cool. So you come in, oh, the blocks are moving. You just wait right here, and we're on it. And you can make this one go halfway and then have another path moving the other block. Really whatever you want, just they said blocks moving kind of together is what it was. And I made it to the end so the blocks reset and stop. And there you have it. If you have any other questions, you can reply back to the post or reply on this video, whatever you want to do. That's really it.